Have you ever stopped and asked yourself a simple but uncomfortable question? Financially, are you ahead, behind, or exactly where most people are? Not compared to influencers, not compared to your coworkers, but compared to real Americans, the actual numbers. Because what we think is normal with money and what's actually happening behind the scenes are two very different things. Today, we're going to walk through the real financial snapshot of the average American: income, savings, debt, retirement, spending, and net worth. Some of these numbers might be reassuring, others might be sobering. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, and more importantly, how easy it actually is to outperform the average. Most people navigate money blindly. They don't know what good looks like. They don't know what bad looks like, and they definitely don't know what normal looks like. Imagine trying to lose weight without knowing what a healthy range is, or trying to improve your grades without knowing the class average. Money is no different. Understanding the baseline isn't about comparison, it's about clarity. And clarity leads to better decisions. Let's start with income, because everything else depends on it. According to recent labor data, the median full-time worker in the U.S. earns about $52,000 per year before taxes. That's not household income. That's not dual-income families. That's one full-time worker. And median means this: half of workers earn more than that, half earn less. It's the true middle. On an hourly basis, that works out to roughly $26 per hour. Sounds decent until taxes enter the picture. After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, take-home pay often drops into the mid-$30,000 range, depending on where you live. Suddenly, that income doesn't stretch nearly as far as it looked on paper. Earning money is only half the equation. What really determines financial success is what people do with their income. And this is where the data gets uncomfortable. Let's talk about retirement, because this is where reality hits hardest. Across all age groups, the median retirement savings balance in America is around $65,000. But here's the catch most people miss: about 1 in 4 Americans has no retirement account at all. Zero. Nothing. Number 401. K. No IRA. That means millions of people are planning to rely almost entirely on Social Security. Retirement savings by age: median under 25, under $2,000, ages 25 to 34, around $14,000, ages 65 plus, roughly $88,000. Now, let's pause on that last number. If someone retires with $88,000 and follows the traditional 4% rule, that's about $3,500 per year, or under $300 per month. That's not a retirement plan. That's a financial tightrope. The average Social Security benefit today is around $1,550 per month, or about $18,600 per year. That's the average. If you had gaps in employment or lower lifetime earnings, your benefit could be far less. Some people plan their retirement assuming Social Security will cover everything. Others plan as if it won't exist at all. The truth probably lies somewhere in between, but relying on it alone is risky. Now let's talk about day-to-day life. The average American household spends roughly $5,500 per month, or about $67,000 per year. That's after tax money, which means if your household doesn't bring in more than that, saving becomes nearly impossible. Biggest spending categories: housing, approximately $1,900/month. Food, approximately $700/month. Transportation, approximately $900/month. Housing and transportation alone often eat up half of total income before healthcare, insurance, childcare, or entertainment even enter the picture. This is why lifestyle decisions matter far more than people realize. The average FICO score in the US is about 715, which falls into the good range. That means many people are paying bills on time and avoiding total financial chaos, but averages hide extremes. There are still millions of people with high balances, late payments, high interest debt, and credit impacts everything: mortgages, car loans, insurance rates, even job opportunities. The basics still win: pay on time, keep balances low, don't open unnecessary accounts. Simple, but not easy. The average household carries over $9,000 in credit card debt. That's not an asset. That's past consumption with interest. At 20% interest, that balance costs nearly $1,800 per year. Money that produces nothing. This is why paying off high-interest debt beats almost any investment strategy. You can't build wealth while dragging an anchor. Net worth is simple. What you own minus what you owe. The median American household net worth is about $122,000, but age matters a lot. Under 35, under $14,000. 35 to 44, approximately $91,000. 45 to 54, approximately $168,000. 55 to 64, approximately $212,000. Here's the encouraging part. None of these numbers require extreme income or genius-level investing. They mostly come from spending less than you earn, avoiding bad debt, investing consistently over time. Americans save about 6% of their income on average members, or profoundly going, so that 154 can hit 35. That includes emergency funds, cars, home down payments, which means even less goes toward retirement. Most experts recommend 10 to 15% just for retirement, and more if early retirement is the goal. At 6%, progress is slow. At 15%, momentum builds. The average retirement age in the U.S. is around 61. But full Social Security benefits don't arrive until 67. That creates a multi-year gap, one that requires serious savings to cover. And here's the real question. How many of your retirement years will you actually be healthy enough to enjoy? Time is the one asset you can't replace. When you combine all these numbers, a clear picture emerges. Low savings, high debt, heavy reliance on Social Security, long retirements with limited resources. The average financial path leads to stress, uncertainty, and limited freedom. But here's the good news. You don't need a six-figure salary, a side hustle empire, insider investment secrets. You just need to be slightly better than average in a few key areas. Save more than 6%. Avoid credit card debt. Invest consistently. Control lifestyle inflation. Small advantages repeated over decades compound into massive results. If you live on $4,500 instead of $5,500 per month, you free up $12,000 per year. Over time, that changes everything. These statistics don't exist to scare you. They exist to inform you. Average is common, not optimal. Once you know where most people end up, you get to decide whether that's acceptable for you. Because the numbers don't determine your future. Your decisions do. And now, you're finally equipped to make better ones.